Hi everyone, my name is Riley and welcome back to day 2 of this custom bullet journal. If you aren't familiar with my channel, I sell custom bullet journals. I sell like pre-made journals and empty journals, and I do a lot of journaling content, mostly like the artsy side of things, in my own journal and for others. And so this one is kind of like behind the scenes. It's not really vlog style because I'm not carrying the camera around and talking to you guys in real time. It's more just like behind the scenes, watching the process of putting together a custom bullet journal, which I do all the time. So if you didn't catch day 1, I'm going to link that video up here so that you can take a look. So in day 1, I set up the first few monthly themes. This is a 6-month minimal doodle journal that I'm working on. And so today I'm going to set up the last 3 themes in this journal. So you're going to see August, September, and October, and I'm going to do the monthly title pages and then the other monthly pages that this customer requested, which are the same throughout the entire journal, but of course they fit the theme. So as we go through the video, I absolutely love getting feedback and questions from you guys down in the comments below. I would really appreciate feedback on what kinds of content you would like to see, and if you enjoy this kind of behind the scenes content, what would make you even more excited about it? Would you like it better if it was like vlog style? Do you like it better if it's like just music over top and kind of ASMR? Or do you like it like this, where I kind of am going to answer questions that you guys ask in the comments of my previous video? So that you kind of just can get to know more about my process and stuff and get some answers to questions like that, or really whatever questions you have. Because that's the style that I'm going to be doing today, just kind of answering some of your questions as we go through this video, because in the last video I kind of talked a bit about my process. So again, you can check that one out if you would like. So the first question that I'm going to address is, where do you even begin with starting on YouTube? Honestly, I feel like I'm not the best person to ask. I've been doing YouTube for a while, and I feel like I've gone through seasons where I had great growth and was doing really well on my channel, and then seasons where I just don't feel motivated and my channel's kind of stagnant. And to be honest, I'm in a bit of one of those seasons right now, which is probably why I don't feel like I should answer this question. But I would say the best place to begin is just to begin. You got to just do it, even if you have your doubts and you have your fears. Just go ahead and start and do some research along the way. You don't need to do tons, like don't overwhelm yourself all at once. But I would say the channel that helped me the most when I was starting a YouTube channel was, her name is Catherine Manning. I'll try to link her channel somewhere. But she has so much great advice about, designing thumbnails that are going to be clickable, designing how to put together a title that people are going to be drawn to, and just really practical stuff like that. So I'd recommend that you check her out. And those are the kinds of things that you need to focus on YouTube. You can have the most amazing content, but if people can't find it, you're not going to get subscribers, you're not going to get views. So the biggest thing you need to learn about YouTube is just how to get found, how to make your videos really optimized for the YouTube algorithm. And again, I've done well in that area in some seasons, not so well in others. But anyways, that's what I'd say about that. And more specifically for journaling, you want to make videos that are really obviously monthly plan with me's are great, but it's also nice to have some kind of more like timeless videos, because some people in December aren't going to want to go back and watch a July plan with me or whatever. You may only get views on that video in the month that you post it. So honestly, the best videos on my channel are ones that have more like longevity, like how to start a bullet journal, 10 different weekly spread ideas. Yearly setup videos always do amazing. If you're looking for like kind of a hot time of year to start a bullet journal, start at the beginning of the year or like right at the end of the previous year, So that's what I would say about that. The next question that I have here was more about actually selling custom bullet journals like I do. And the question is just about deciding how much they should cost. And for me, what I did was I actually started off just making a few journals. I think I made 4 bullet journals for friends and family. And I tried out different things, you know, I tried out different spreads. I tried more of the minimal doodle approach, the full doodle approach. That's just the names that I have for the different types of journals that I offer. And with each of those 4 journals that I made, I timed how long it took me. So every time I sat down to work, I just would start my timer and time it out. And so obviously since that time, I have gotten so much faster because I have all my measurements memorized and stuff like that. But in my mind, that didn't really change the price, because that just means that I'm gaining experience and gaining skill in this area. So I feel like, you know, it's still worth just as much. But so that's what I did. I timed it, and then I decided, okay, how much do I need to be making per hour in order for me to make this sustainable, for me to do this from home? Because I wanted to do this like full-time from home, and custom journals is part of my income, YouTube is part of my income, affiliate marketing is part of my income. It's definitely tough to do just one thing like this full-time, but that's what I did. I just kind of calculated how much I would need to be making per hour in order to do that full-time. And to get my first few sales, I charged 50% of what I wanted to be earning eventually. I just ran huge sales in my shop. I used some Etsy promotions. I promoted my stuff here on YouTube. And then once I had a few journals under my belt and I had a few, you know, 5-star reviews in my shop, a few custom bullet journal flip throughs that people could check out on YouTube to see if they liked my products, that's when I actually started to slowly increase the price to what I actually wanted it to be. But even with that, I mean, Etsy is a whole nother can of worms, but I would say just you have to be realistic with yourself. This is a really awesome kind of side hustle, but Etsy is very, very difficult to get found on. If it were not for my YouTube videos, I would have like a tiny fraction of the amount of bullet journal sales that I currently have, because literally over 90% of my customers find me on YouTube. It's very hard to find me on Etsy, even though I've been doing this for years and have sold like dozens and dozens of custom bullet journals. So if you're gonna go that route and you're gonna start selling custom journals, obviously, yes, you got to figure out how to do custom journals, but I think the bigger thing is finding people to buy those journals. That's what YouTube was for me. YouTube was primarily to drive traffic to my Etsy, and my Etsy, making those custom journals, was primarily to create content for my YouTube. So the two kind of fueled each other, you know? So you can do that with YouTube or with Instagram or with TikTok or whatever. But yeah, that would be my advice. Set your price, or like find your goal price, start off lower so that you can just kind of get customers, or do some for free for family and friends. And then big thing, find somewhere to promote those products, because Etsy's not going to do that for you, at least not well, because it is quite saturated. So those are just a couple of the questions that I had. Today's video isn't super long, but you can keep your eyes open. I'm going to do 2 more days of this bullet journal, setting up the weekly and yearly spreads.